You know, I understand how he feels. I'm talking about old Tom Robinson, of course. Judged by how he looks, I'm judged how I act. The whole town of Maycomb thinks I'm a drunk. Tom and I just have one thing in common. We are both not who we appear to be. He isn't the man who raped Mayla Ewell, and I'm not a drunk. This bag I have is filled with Coca-Cola, not whiskey bottles. The only difference we have is that I don't mind people thinking I'm a drunk. In fact, that's why I walk tipsy sometimes, just to make people think that I am. Tom, on the other hand, definitely did not commit the crime. Neither does he want to take the blame for the wrongdoing. Two little uns, Dylan Scout, came up to me while I was daydreaming, sat down and shared a Coke with me for a few minutes, and went back to the courthouse for the hearing. Strange that children that little would be so interested in a matter that held the whole town split up. Their main interest seemed to be that their father, Atticus, wins the case, not so much that Tom is found innocent. I suppose they aren't old enough to fully understand what he's convicted of. Either way, children of Maycomb shouldn't be minding this too much. Seems that the whole damn town is split into two sides. The whites who assumed he raped the girl, and the black community from the First Purchase Church who feels that he didn't touch a hair on her head. Funny thing is that Tom Robinson, he'd never been one to do this. I reckon I ain't never seen him with a woman of his own. I never really thought about why I have such an addiction to Coca-Cola. When my father died as a child, I began drinking it, because the man down at the drugstore sat with me and drank Cokes and talked about everything, just to comfort me because he knew my dad really well, and he even told me stories about him. Every day we would just sit and drink Cokes from the cooler outside. Drank it so much, it began to be the only thing that I drank. It comforted me, and kept me calm in a way. After a decade of drinking Coke, it began affecting my health. I had to cut back to 1 bottle a day. Drinking in moderation would help prevent any further damage. At least that's what the doc said. I may seem a little bit odd to you. To me, I've never seen myself as anything different than any other resident of Maycomb. However, that isn't what they see, and I don't mind them thinking I'm unique. I know it wasn't Tom Robinson who raped Mayla Ewell. I walked by the house while it happened. All I saw was her father hitting her. I'd never even seen Tom. Of course, when I tried to go to the authorities, they just thought it was another one of my drunken escapades. Maybe having that image I have is a negative. Nobody believes me, and everyone thinks I'm an evil man. I wish there was some way to clear my name. I reckon this is just the way it ought to be.